bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers from the Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Here is your host, Jill Jensen.
Missouri State Representative Jason Grill joins us now. We got him over the state line into Kansas, and you said you've always wanted to see this venue anyway.
I've never been to the Speedway, so this is kind of new for me. And been over to the cab to watch the Wizards play, but never to the Speedway, so I'm happy to be here.
But you have kept an eye on what Kansas is doing, and would like to see Missouri actually do some of what they're doing.
Right. We've lost too many businesses, too many companies to the Kansas side, and that's something that I think we need to address. I've always tried to be involved with economic development issues. I'm an economic major in college, and it's something I really care about because we understand on the Kansas City side how much competition there is between Missouri and Kansas, but sometimes in the legislature from the rural areas and the St. Louis side, they don't really understand how much businesses are leaving to go to Kansas side, which is something I really care about.
Kansas City Business Magazine thinks you know what you're talking about. They've named you a rising star.
That was very humbling, and we had a great ceremony, and it's something that I hope to build on in the future. And we met some great people. 44 people were named that day, and so I've met all of them, and we're going to hopefully have events together and kind of use our brains to kind of try to see if we can help Kansas City in the future.
When Missouri can just look across the state line and see this beautiful facility and how successful as it was, and representing up around Platte County, I mean, you guys missed the boat on it. You would think it would be an easy sell nowadays.
It is, but with the tight budget, giving incentives to some of the businesses and to corporations is a tough sell for some folks. I'm very strong proponent of the film tax credit, which is working in many different states. We have it in Missouri. It's worked. We had movies such as Up in the Air come film here, but we need to extend that. It shows almost a 2-to-1 economic driver. So it's something that I really care about. I'm going to work hard to see if we can get more incentives from Missouri.
Something else that you've worked kind of hard on that we're watching closely is your progress with the autism bill.
Right. Myself and a representative from St. Louis have both had bills passed the House. They formed the bill into one substitute to help get autism insurance reform in Missouri. We want to make sure that insurance companies provide coverage for parents for autistic children for diagnosis and treatment. And that covers ABA therapy as well. And it passed the House with very strong bipartisan support. It's passed the Senate with very strong bipartisan support. So now we just need to come together and work out the differences, and hopefully the governor will sign that into law this year.
And I asked you prior to the interview beginning, it seems like we've been here before, but you corrected me and said we've not been quite this far. So you think it is something that actually can pass this year?
I think so. I'm hopeful that it gets done soon. We worked very hard on this issue for the last 2 years, and the governor, Nixon, was very strongly behind it. And I'm hoping that we can work out the small differences in the two bills and get this done. I have so many parents. I've met so many people in groups such as Autism Speaks who are really rooting for us, and I hope that we can get it done this year.
Well, and every day it seems like the statistics change in the wrong direction about how many kids this is impacting.
I think it's about 1 in 84 now.
Yeah,
in boys.
Well, that's even new.
Right, 1 in 100 and overall, and then 1 in 84 in boys.
See, I hadn't even heard that, so that's amazing.
It's pretty high.
On a lighter note, we're going to let the folks know you were a Boy Scout, and that means something to you this year, doesn't it?
Well, lately I've been doing a lot of different Eagle Court of Honors and scouting events, and just want to make sure that everyone knows the 100th year of scouting, and the Scout Oath and the Scout Law have maintained for 100 years, and Scouts all across this country have done great things for communities and for families, so that's just a plug for the scouting program. I hope that it continues for 100 more.
Well, it should be a big year, a year of celebrating then.
Yes.
All right. It's been a pleasure talking with you and getting to know you a little better.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. That's all the time we have for this edition of Newsmakers.